All right, Ashley, what car do you drive and what's your monthly payments?
I drive a 24 Altima and my car payments is $730.
All right, what car you drive, Daryl, and what's your monthly payments?
All right, I got a big boy scat. Monthly payment $900 a month.
Hi, Los Angeles, what you wearing today, bro?
Everything I got on is avant-garde, man. You feel me?
Okay.
One-on-ones, for real.
Okay, let's start from the bottom up. What you got on the feet?
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Cafe Belmont. My name is James Belmont. Thank you for joining me. Today, I wanted to talk about people's obsession with keeping up with the Joneses, even though their financial situation doesn't support the lifestyle that they would want to be living. The goal of this video is to try to understand the reasons why they behave this way and give some solutions that could make their lives a lot better. So, a little bit of context to start this off. The other day, I saw a TikTok of an employee at a dealership conducting an interview with his peers. He was asking a very simple question: how much do you have to pay on your car every single month? Now, when I hear a question like that, I answered it in my head and thought something like $200, $400 max. Mind you, I don't particularly enjoy car payments that much. I rather just own the vehicle outright. After he posed the question, his peers started to respond with $700, $800, sometimes up to $2,500 on a car, not including maintenance and insurance, just the car. I thought to myself, that is absolutely insane. Why are people paying the price of a mortgage for a car that will depreciate the moment you drive off the lot? This video made me realize that this is more widespread and that this type of thinking does not only apply to vehicles. There's a general idea of appearing as though you have more financial stability than you actually do. You have people taking out rent money to pay for a pair of shoes that is associated with a luxury brand. You would have people taking out loans to go on trips to Paris. Well, not Paris particularly, because Paris is in a predicament right now. Let's just say it's not the best place to vacation, but you get the general idea. Maybe something more along the lines of a Caribbean island, and they would worry about the consequences later, which doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe I grew up different. That could be a part of the reason why I don't particularly understand this, but we move on. So, why would a person do something like that? I think the reason why they're behaving like this is because we have been conditioned to believe that this is normal. There is a term for people who behave like this. It is called keeping up with the Joneses, which is a tendency to compare your social status and financial status to people in your immediate vicinity whose way of living you would want to replicate. A particular culprit is social media, which has conditioned us to think that it is completely normal to pay $5,000 for an apartment or spend your money on a Louis Vuitton bag. Now, as much as we can blame social media, at the end of the day, it is down to the individual to make their own choices. But it doesn't help when this type of idea has been spread and nobody is opposing it per se. I see some people boasting about having luxury brands, and their mentality is a little bit odd. It's almost like they have a superiority complex when they acquire these items, and they think that they're somehow better than everyday people. They think they have exclusive insight into something that the regular person doesn't know. Almost like they would want to be seen as extraordinary, even though they're poor. The majority of these people are broke. Something I find extremely ironic is that some of the clothes that companies like Balenciaga, Louis Vuitton produce makes them seem like they're dressed like a homeless person, even though they're supposed to be appearing as rich and wealthy. I find that extremely funny. The influencers that you see having the fancy car and you would want to replicate that yourself, more than likely they're broke. Some people have a talent for being deceptive, hiding parts of themselves that they do not want you to see. This is especially true on social media platforms like Instagram or Twitter. It's a fake it till you make it, but because you are behind the screen, you're unable to see that it is actually fake. You can manipulate a lot of things, and there's a lot of tools to allow you to do that. It is not very difficult to convince a person or manipulate them into sharing your beliefs if you have enough voices supporting your idea of what happiness should look like in your life. Then other people will join without thinking. It's sort of like a herd mentality. There was an experiment done on this to explain this behavior, where a person will start to do something that does not make any sense to them, but because others are doing it, they join in without any explanation. Another reason why people are taking out loans to go on trips that they cannot afford, besides being influenced by social media personalities, is that they don't have any hope for the future. Reality is right now our economy has been the worst it's ever been, and the cost of living is through the roof. Some people can't afford to live. It is almost like an apocalyptic mentality where everything is going to the dumpster fire, and I might as well have as much fun as possible before everything goes to hell. So buy that car you always wanted. Live in that apartment that you always wanted to live in. Be the person that I envisioned myself being when I was a young boy or a girl. The problem with this type of mentality is that it's extremely self-destructive, and the people that are around you, especially the ones that look up to you, will adapt this way of thinking. They instinctively trust your word because they have a relationship with you. They don't need to think as much about it because of the relationship between the two of you. History is an amazing teacher. More than likely, our economy has been extremely hard sometime in the past, and we recovered from that. So if you are just assuming that the world is going to complete garbage and there's no hope for the future whatsoever, when there very well could be, then you will be left behind. In conclusion, there is more to life than material things. Your friends and your family are going to be more important to you as you get older. Think about your decisions more critically, and your life will be better as a result. This has been Cafe Belmont. My name is James Belmont. Thank you for joining me. Before I go, tell somebody in your life that you love them, and I will see you soon. Take care.